Welcome everybody to my channel. Today we'll go through the Astroid scattering HDA node and how to create a quick simulation of asteroid that's revolving around a Death Star model from Star Wars, which is already destroyed. So hopefully you will enjoy the demonstration, and it's a step-by-step beginner tutorial. Thank you very much. So this is our scene. We have asteroid scatter. It's an HDA you can download from Outforce. This is how it will look. Just a bunch of asteroids. So let's open it by right click, allow editing of continent. So here we have a circle, and here another circle. And if you want to change the shape like a meteor. Here we are doing a loft and scattering, so we are bringing both of the geometry. So we are doing a sweep, then we are skinning it, and then fusing any open hole in the beginning and the end, and we're making sure there is no gaps, and we are scattering points from volume, and both they are connected to the outside here. So this is the point out, and here is just the circle. After that, we're separating the points and the circle. Here we have a couple of geometries, boxes with VDB, and then converting them back to polygon. We are creating asteroid, but we are decreasing the size. So all of them will be brought together to this subnet. Here we have the asteroid scattering points, and this to calculate the distance from the center, scaling them down to be in proper size. Here we are creating the XYZ for the distance. We have the distance for each point from that surface. So XYZ distance from the circle from the current position, and we are promoting the minimum distance to the detail and the maximum distance to the detail. If we go to the detail, we have the minimum and the maximum, the nearest point and the furthest point. In this attribute triangle, we are putting random distance for the scale, as you can see here. So we are putting random scale according to the distance, and we are playing with the ramp here, so we have different shape. Then, if you can see here, so we have some random number that can be used to control the B scale of the asteroids. Here we have copy stamp, and it's for the random and the distance. And here we are playing with the uniform scale and the rotation. according to the distance, and this is the output. So for my setup here, we have the same setup, nothing much being changed, just the density that was increased, so I'll just decrease it, and I decrease it here in the scattering. Why did I decrease it? Geometry in the switch in the loft, boards from volume here. So this one, let's make it back to the default. 0.2. Then I did an assembly node and created name attribute and backed primitive to run it through backed RBD sim. So this is RBD sim. Here I imported the backed RBD from the first content. I have bob axis force, so they would be rotating along the axis, and a little bit of a drag. And I have multisolver for the bob solver and the rigid body. So this is how it will look. In the bob axis, I increase the radius and the height. The speed, the orbit speed, I make it 1.4, and the lift 2, and the high suction. And I multiply the orbit speed by the mass, and the suction also I multiply it by the random mass. So I have a different value. Also the outer strength I multiply it by the mass, and I put some increased soft edge, and the air resistance also increase it without ignoring the mass. So it will affect the larger part different than the small part. After that, I export it out as a null, then because it will come as backed primitive fragments, I unback it and then cache it. Then I put it in position and make slight rotation for it. So this is because of the mass. The smaller part will move faster than the heavy part or the larger part. Then I added connectivity sub and I run it through for each. So for each asteroid, I make a small transformation to make it smaller. Because this one, the one I catch is very large, if you can see. So better than running the whole simulation, I just cache it. And I run it through for each loop. Here I wanted to do a retime to make it smaller, slower. So this one is at 0.25. Even like this, it's looking nice. And then I imported a Death Star, and I transform it into position, applied the material, for the rocks I use sort of gray material with some maximum noise dent, and I scale it very low so it will match. And here one of the material for the Death Star, I added emission color and I connected to the emission color and I make it 50. And in the output I made sure the color LUT control for both are connected, checked, motion blur for deforming geometry, and the remaining are the same. So this is one of the renders. With halo effect. Let's put it like this. Choose the frame. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you have a wonderful day.